Om Shanti. This is the Sakar Murli of 12 of August 2023. Essence. Sweet children, you have to accumulate your account of charity for 21 births and burn your accounts of sin with the power of yoga. Therefore, be introverted. Question. By following which Srimad will you easily be able to make the effort of going beyond sound? Answer. Srimad says, children, become introverted. Do not say anything. When you follow this Srimad, you will easily be able to go beyond sound. The more you stay in remembrance and spin the discus of self-realization, the more income you will accumulate. The time of Amrit Vela is very good for remembrance. Wake up at that time, sit down, be introverted, and stabilize yourself in your original religion. Song. You spend the night in sleeping and the day in eating. Om Shanti. Who is telling you to become introverted? Not to say anything, but to sit, stabilized, in the form of a soul. The father says to the children, don't say anything. You have been saying Rama Rama a great deal, but human beings are not able to become pure by saying that. Human beings can become pure from impure when they follow the Srimad of the purifier. By saying purifier, you remember the father. The father says, you truly were impure. You are now becoming pure. There is no one impure in the golden age. 5,000 years ago, when Bharat was pure, there was just the one religion. The father would only create a world of happiness. Bharat was a land of happiness. The temples to Lakshmi and Narayan, Rama and Sita are signs of the golden and silver ages. In the golden age, there truly was the dynasty of Lakshmi and Narayan. There was this Bharat in which there were the kingdoms of the sun and moon dynasties, and they are now being established once again. This is called world history and geography. Only human beings would know this. When human beings don't know this, they are said to be worse than animals. They stumble around so much in order to know the Father, but they can't know Him. You have become the children of the Father, and so He gives you His introduction. At first, you didn't have His introduction. And so what was the consequence of that? You became orphans, atheists without the Lord and Master. You now belong to the Father, and so you are claiming your inheritance from the Father. The inheritance you receive is huge. You receive the kingdom of the golden age for 21 births. Is this a small thing? It is 5,000 years since Lakshmi and Narayan used to rule the kingdom. History repeats. The father explains, follow my Srimad, be introverted. Do not be extrovert. At this time, there is extreme darkness. This is called the night. The dawn is now coming. The end of the iron age is called extreme darkness, and the beginning of the golden age is called extreme light. The Father says, I only come at the confluence age when all human beings are impure. I have now come to give you children the inheritance of constant happiness. Destruction is just ahead. A lot of time has gone by and only a little time remains. Therefore, now make effort quickly and claim your inheritance from the unlimited Father, as everyone is doing. All of you are effort makers. Everyone now has to go back to the sweet home, beyond sound. That is the home of us souls, the land of Nirvana. There wouldn't be just one person living in a land. All the living human souls, brackets embodied souls, that exist now, will all shed their bodies and go to their home, to Baba. That is the incorporeal tree. The tree has been shown in the picture. That is the home of us souls, the land of peace. We will then go to the land of happiness. The cycle of 84 births is now coming to an end. After the Iron Age, the Golden Age will definitely come. After the Copper Age, the Iron Age will definitely come. The Father says, I come at the confluence age of every cycle. I inspire the destruction of the old world. Until the new world is established, you have to stay in this old world. Until a new house is built, you still have to live in the old one. Then when the new house is built, the old one is demolished. These are also old things, are they not? There is this Mahabharata war for the destruction of them. The Father sits here and explains to you children, it is souls that understand. It is souls that study worldly knowledge. A soul says, I am a principal, a surgeon. Because of not having the knowledge of souls, there is body consciousness. Each soul carries his sanskars. You children understand that Shiv Baba is explaining to you souls. We souls will shed our old bodies and take new ones. From being ugly, we will now become beautiful. From ugly, you are now once again becoming beautiful. We take 84 births and then Baba removes us from the pyre of lust and sits us on the pyre of knowledge and makes us into the masters of Golden Age. The unlimited Father would surely give you an unlimited inheritance. The Father is the highest on high. He says, I have brought the gift of paradise for you children. I have brought heaven on the palm of my hand. You have a vision of that in a second. There are so many Brahma Kumars and Kumaris. They are definitely the children of Brahma and the grandchildren of Shiv Baba. You say, we are claiming our inheritance from Shiv Baba. He alone is the bestower of salvation for all. He is teaching us Raja Yoga. How would the incorporeal one teach us Raja Yoga? This is why he teaches us through these organs. He gives us the knowledge of the world cycle. All the praise is of the one who is called the Supreme Soul. He is the ocean of knowledge and the purifier, and so he definitely has to come. He makes you Master Supreme and pure. He is the unlimited Father to whom all devotees call out. The Father of all the devotees is God, the Supreme Father, the Supreme Soul. If he were omnipresent, as they say, how would you receive the inheritance? Human beings cannot be called God. Sri Krishna is also called a human being with divine virtues. He is the first prince. Everyone rocks him in a cradle. No one ever rocks Shiv Baba because he never becomes a child. He just grants you visions in order to explain to you that he is your child. If you make me your heir and surrender to me, I will also surrender myself to you. When you surrender to me, it is as though I have become your child. Human beings have so much blind faith. They continue to bow down here and there. That is called the worship of dolls. At Navaratri, 9-day festival of worshipping the goddesses, they make many dolls. No one knows their occupation. There cannot be a goddess with 4 or 6 arms. They even put a sword in her hand. Deities are not violent. Scholars of the scriptures have portrayed them as violent. They worship Kali in Nepal, but she isn't like that. Mama is not like that, Kali, with the long tongue. Human beings are human beings. Brahma, Vishnu and Shankar are residents of the subtle region, that's all. There is nothing else. So how could there be anyone with 8 or 10 arms? They made all of those ornaments on the path of devotion. They need some means of earning money. Therefore, they sit and create so many types of images. In the one place, they have a temple to the fair Sri Krishna and also a temple to the dark Sri Krishna. There has to be a reason for that. There is so much blind faith. The path of devotion is coming to an end and the path of knowledge is becoming victorious. There is very little time and everyone definitely has to die. Your children and grandchildren won't become your heirs. There you won't even have the knowledge that you made effort at the confluence age for that kingdom. There the pure world continues. Here you know that you are truly the ones who have a right to Baba's kingdom. There you won't know what actions you performed or how you became that. You will have forgotten all of this. There are no impure ones there, that they would need a guru to become pure. A father washes the children's feet and sits them on the throne. A guru is needed for salvation. There is already salvation, and so there is no need for a guru. The Father says, consider yourselves to be souls. Do not stay in body consciousness. I, a soul, am a doctor. I, a soul, am a magistrate. I don't know what I will become after shedding this body. We are studying through these bodies. The soul studies through these organs. It is souls that listen. These matters have to be understood. They are not tall stories. The Father says, the whole world has to become a graveyard. Now wake up. Otherwise, at the time when the haystack is set on fire, there will be cries of distress. However, you won't be able to do anything at that time. Death will eat you up. You will just remain there crying out in distress. There will also be a lot of punishment. We now have to end our accounts of sin and accumulate our accounts of charity. We have to accumulate everything anew for 21 births. They will be accumulated by remembering the Father. Your old accounts have to be settled. Knowledge is so easy. You earn such an income every day. To the extent that you remember Baba and spin the discus of self-realization, you accumulate plenty of income. It is uncountable. There you don't have to count anything. You are now sitting in huts, whereas later you will sit in palaces. There is a difference, is there not, between a hut and a palace? When the new world has been established through Brahma, the old world will be destroyed. This refers to the present time. When the kingdom is established, according to the effort each one of you was able to make, it will have been made and destruction will take place. Therefore, you mustn't be careless about anything now. Wake up early in the morning and sit in remembrance. The more you keep a chart of remembrance, the better it will be. And you will then claim a high status accordingly. You will become the garland around Shiv Baba's neck. Look in the mirror of your heart to see whether you have become worthy of marrying Lakshmi or Narayan. Do I do service like Mama and Baba? There are different types of flower. This is the human garden of Baba, the master of garden. It would be said, look, Kumarika and Manohar are such good flowers. This one is a Ratan Jyot, bracket jewel of light. Baba sees this garden and then goes into the other garden and looks at the flowers. The master of the garden checks the flowers, and so the children should follow him. Who are the number 1 and 2 flowers? You have to become like them. To claim a royal status for 21 births is not a small thing. There is plenty of happiness. You have to become the masters of the world. This is a school. Together with a worldly education, study this spiritual education. Teachers always have good manners. They are honest. In schools, there is no question of blind faith. There, they study to become barristers or engineers. Here, you are studying to become the kings of kings. Sannyasis say that God is omnipresent. The game ends there. The unlimited Father explains to you, children, stay pure for this final birth. You can do a lot of service. There is an education department for schools, and this too is the godly education department. You children are Raj Rishis. Those people leave their homes and families. You live at home and renounce the whole world. You have the new world, which only the Father creates in your intellects. This is why the Father says, remember me, this old world is to end. This spiritual come hospital through which you become ever healthy and ever wealthy is very large. You can open this hospital come college in every home. There is no expense in this. You simply need 3 square feet of land. Acha, to the sweetest, beloved, long lost and now found children, love, remembrance and good morning from the Mother, the Father, Bap Dada. The spiritual father says namaste to the spiritual children, and the spiritual children say namaste to the spiritual father. Essence for dharana. Number 1, wake up early in the morning and definitely sit in remembrance. Don't be careless about this. Accumulate in your account of charity. Second, while keeping your aim and objective in your intellect, imbibe good manners. Become introverted and definitely study this spiritual study. Blessing, may you become full of all specialities by knowing the speciality of your Brahmin life and using it. According to the discipline of the drama, every Brahmin soul has received one speciality or other at the confluence age. Even if he is the last bead of the rosary, he definitely has one speciality or other. So recognize the speciality of the fortune of your Brahmin birth and use it. When you use one speciality, many other specialities automatically continue to come. By continually adding a point, bracket 0 to 1, you become full of all specialities. Slogan, remain constantly aware of the mantra of Man Mana Bhav and the wandering of your mind will stop. Slogan, remain constantly aware of the mantra of Man Mana Bhav and the wandering of your mind will stop. Om Shanti.